Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. The first sitting of the National Assembly since the ceremonial opening on May 14th took place today at Government Headquarters on St. Kitts, where two bills were read for the first time. Following the taking of the oaths of allegiance by the opposition members, announcements by the Speaker, and personal statements by the members of Parliament, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris, moved a motion to introduce and have read a first time the Banking Bill 2015.
A bill to provide for the regulation of banking business, the establishment of a single banking space in the currency union, and for incidental and related matters.
He also introduced and had read a first time the St. Christopher and Nevis Citizenship Amendment Bill 2015.
A bill to amend the St. Christopher and Nevis Citizenship Act, Chapter 1.05.
Deputy Clerk of the Assembly, Jehan Williams. This was followed by members including Member for Nevis 9, the Honourable Mark Brantley, and Member for St. Christopher 7, the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris, speaking on the adjournment. They commended the members of the Parliament for the decorum which with today's sitting took place.
Mr. Speaker, looking at the conduct and observing the conduct in the House in this past few hours, I can genuinely say that this is indeed a fresh start. Because I have been in this honorable House and have been afforded the privilege of being in here since 2007. And I confess that the decorum that I've observed and that is being enforced and insisted upon from the chair is commendable, and it restores, Mr. Speaker, the integrity, the honor, and the decency to this most critical of chambers. And so I would like to associate myself, Mr. Speaker, with the congratulations that you have already received, and to say that as a fellow Nevisian, I'm eminently and immensely proud that you sit where you now sit, Mr. Speaker.
The statements were followed by the subsequent adjournment of the Assembly. Meantime, a press release issued by Governor General His Excellency Tapley Seaton announces the appointment of a new supervisor of elections for St. Kitts and Nevis. Making reference to the release as he addressed the National Assembly today, Attorney General the Honourable Vincent Byron noted that Nevisian Elvin Bailey will now hold that post.
The Governor General in his press release has stated that in the exercise of the powers conferred on him by Section 34(2) of the Constitution, as well as Section 56(3) of the Constitution of St. Christopher and Nevis, has made such an appointment.
As noted by the Attorney General, Bailey is eminently qualified to hold such an office.
Mr. Bailey has a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture from the University of West Indies, 1979. Mr. Bailey also holds a Master's of Arts in Rural Social Studies in 1987. Mr. Bailey has worked at the permanent secretary level in Nevis between 1992 and 2006, holding as such the post of Cabinet Secretary to the Nevis Island Administration. He has worked at CARDI and CARDATS, CARICOM organizations, between the years 1988 and 1992, working in Montserrat, the Commonwealth of Dominica, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Mr. Bailey currently is a senior manager at the Social Security Administration from 2006 to the present time. He has a wide and varied experience in community and other organizations. He has served as a steward, of the Methodist Church in Nevis, as well as having been a member of the Electoral Reform Consultative Committee when that was had earlier. And he has also served in various posts in the electoral system. He has been a poll clerk, he has has been a presiding officer, and he has actually been a returning officer as well. And we say that the Governor General's choice has been an excellent choice in appointing Mr. Elvin Bailey to be the new Supervisor of Elections.
The Honorable Mark Brantley has joined those persons expressing congratulations to Bailey, the first in division to act in the role of Supervisor of Elections. Minister Brantley says he has every confidence that Bailey will make the Federation proud and wishes him every success. The Department of Youth and Sports yesterday, Monday, June 29th, commenced the training of participants for its annual Summer Job Attachment Program at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall under the theme, Unleashing the Professional in You. The training, which is geared towards sensitizing and educating the interns about the skills needed to succeed in the workplace, will continue until Friday, July 3rd. Coordinator of Youth Development, Zanella Claxton, while delivering remarks at the opening ceremony, gave an overview of the program.
This series of workshops forms Phase 3 of the Summer Job Attachment Program. Phase 1 was the application process, and Phase 2, the recently concluded interview process. Following these workshops, applicants will be made aware as to whether they have been placed. Applicants who are not placed will be given an opportunity to work with the department to further enhance, develop, and strengthen their interview skills. All of these experiences will do nothing but help you to become better individuals and better professionals.
Claxton also encouraged the participants to maximize the opportunities offered through the program.
I encourage all of you applicants to really embrace this opportunity. You are a select few, and there are many young people out there who want to and who wanted to be part of this program. You were able to become part of the program, and so please maximize every single moment of it. At the end of this week, we hope that you will have everything you need to unleash the professional in you.
The objective of the program is to groom school leavers into capable professionals, since they will be holistically trained in areas that will allow them to be positioned with the cadre of professionals in their desired field. 51 participants are taking part in the training. The topics being covered include Why I Wanna Be What I Wanna Be, facilitated by Lornette Swanston Morton, Sell Yourself by Kamara Lee, Let's Talk and Go Pro by Tricia Daniel, Making Money Count by Janisha Daniel, and Netiquette by Craig David. Coming up,
last Friday, the 26th of June, we had our regional testing day, and it was very successful in that we met our target.
The details after this break.
I always think of her, but then I always think of him too. He should have never forced himself on her. Help us stop the madness. If you know it, tell it. Tell 1-800-8477-TIPS.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready.
Give me some space, give me some space, give me some space. Give me some room and make me mash up the place.
Culture was nice. And what's that? This is going to be the nicest culture.
Welcome back. Regional Testing Day was a success here on Nevis. That is according to Education and Prevention Officer at the Health Promotion Unit, Eldina Farrell.
Well, on Friday, last Friday, the 26th of June, we had our regional testing day, and it was very successful in that we met our target. We targeted 100 persons, and we actually had 103 persons attending to get to know the status. We are very happy that the response was great, and that we actually met and surpassed the target. And happy indeed, because most of the persons testing or coming out to get the test were between the ages 20 to 49, and that is indeed the age group that we are most concerned about.
Farrell says that of the 103 persons tested, 37 were male and 66 female. She implores men to become more interactive and concerned about their health. Farrell notes that there are many persons on the island who have never had an HIV test done and encourages them to do so.
I would like to thank those who came out, but offer the invitation for those who didn't have the opportunity to come into the health promotion unit anytime between Mondays and Thursday, anytime from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we will facilitate the procedure. We don't do the actual test here, but we do the counseling, we take the blood sample, we take it to the lab, and you come back for your results right here. So you only interface with us. So we are offering that opportunity to you. If for whatever reason you were unable to make it on Friday, we would like you to know that the invitation for free testing is still available.
She thanks the main sponsor, the Bank of Nova Scotia Limited, and the staff at the Alexandra Hospital's lab for giving of their time. Farrell encourages persons to take precautions during the Culturama season.
We just want to encourage persons during this holiday season to, think wisely, protect yourself. Remember, drugs and alcohol impair your judgment, so don't overdo it. If you're taking a drink, limit yourself so that you are able to make wise decisions, not just with sex, but your other activities.
Education and Prevention Officer at the Health Promotion Unit, Eldina Farrell. 8 nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis were announced recently as this year's beneficiaries of the Cuban Scholarship Program. The program, which has benefited citizens for almost 2 decades, has provided the opportunity for study in Cuba in disciplines ranging from agriculture to medical science. This year's scholarship recipients who are pursuing studies in medical science are Bragel Nisbet and Chanel Maynard of Nevis, and Joyan Wilshire, Verdwense Woodley, and Algeron Odin of St. Kitts. Scholarship recipient Quan Francis will pursue studies in linguistics. Dr. Natalie Osborne and Dr. Marissa Grant Tate are returning to complete postgraduate medical work in general surgery and pediatrics, respectively. As of tomorrow, Wednesday, July 1st, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, will no longer issue 1 and 2 cent coins to the commercial banks operating within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Although the coins will no longer be used, they will remain legal tender up to June 30th, 2020, and thus can be used for purchasing goods and services or exchanged at financial institutions for face value. The ECCB Monetary Council took the decision to withdraw the 1 and 2 cent coins from circulation based on the low purchasing power of the coins and the significant cost of producing and handling the coins. The withdrawal of the coins will affect cash transactions only. Transactions involving checks and electronic payment, such as debit and credit cards and wire transfers, will not be affected due to the fact that transactions using those methods of payment can be settled to the exact amount. The ECCB has prepared a set of rounding rules which will allow retailers and consumers to conduct cash transactions with little interruption. The amounts due will be rounded down to the nearest 5 cents if they end in a value of 1, 2, 6, or 7, and rounded up if they end in a value of 3, 4, 8, or 9. Only the total amount due will be subject to rounding to the nearest 5 cent increment. Cash payments in the exact amount due will not be subject to rounding. Fees, taxes, or duties will be calculated to the exact amount required by law or by contract prior to the rounding of any cash payment. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes saying thank you for viewing. Good night.